Okay, next in After Effects, we'll discuss about repeater, right? In After Effects, we have a repeater. So first let us understand what is repeater in After Effects. The repeater in Adobe After Effects is a powerful feature used to duplicate and repeat elements, specifically within a shape layer to create complex patterns, animations and designs. Key functions and uses. So, pattern creations, you can easily generate tiled or radial patterns such as honeycomb backgrounds or starburst from a single shape. Complex animations, by animating the properties of the original shape or the repeater's transform values, position, rotation, scale, opacity, you can create dynamic effects like self-animating backgrounds, transitions and explosions, the circle burst. So, what is the efficiency? It allows the creation of intricate visuals with a minimal number of layers and keyframes, keeping your timeline organized. All copies are linked to the original shapes, properties and keyframes. So, how it works? The repeater works by making multiple copies. So, instances, actually here what? The copies are instances of the original of a shape or a group of shapes within a single shape layer. You can access it by going to the add drop down menu in the content section of a shape layer in the timeline panel. Once added, you can adjust several parameters in the transform repeater properties, including copies. You can choose number of copies, so number of duplicates created, right? The position, the horizontal or vertical offset between each copy, and rotation rotates each copy around the original's anchor point, crucial for radial effects. And scale and opacity, even you can use the scaling and opacity. You can scale down or change the opacity of successive copies over time to create fade effects. Okay. And the limitations and alternatives. So, for the limitations for this, the shape layers only, this will work on the shape layers. The built-in repeater only works with shape layers. You cannot use it directly on footage, text layers or compositions without converting them to shape layers. Okay. First you have to convert them into shape layers, which can remove live text editing capability. Okay. Here if you convert them into shape layers, your text may not be work for the editing capabilities or using workarounds. So, here some plugins also there, third party plugins like the free repeater from ascripts.com, whereas scripts like Spoke offer similar functionality for any type of layer, including text and images, providing more flexibility. That is a plugin, right? So, CC Reptile for simple tiling of any layer, the CC Reptile effect found in the effects and presets. Here inside we have an effect called CC Reptile. So, how it works? The panel is an alternative, though it offers less control over individual transformations than the shape layer repeater. So, most probably we use this repeater only, right? So, let us check what all these. Yeah, first this is my composition. Here I am adding the here I am adding the solid layer. Take any color, suppose, yeah, this I will take. Yeah, lock this one. Suppose here you can lock this in. Okay, here I am using ellipse tool, I am using shift end drag. So I created one a circle. Okay. If you want, you can use the scaling little bit smaller. Yes, this is my circle, and this is a 5 pixel width. Okay, after adding here, so please check here, there is a content. Here it is a shape layer. Okay, under that there is a ellipse, and their properties are there: ellipse path 1 and stroke 1, fill 1 under this. So these are the properties for the stroke. If you want, you can change this color, opacity or stroke width. So right now we are not touching all these things. Okay, so what we are doing, there is a contents, click on the content, and here there is a add button, click here. There is a repeater. What repeater can do? This will repeat, so that will duplicate the copies. Suppose here, see, the 3 copies already repeated. So how the repeater will work? So under the repeater, open this. Here we have copies, and afterwards in default already we have 3 copies. Okay, and suppose we can increase the copies. Suppose here you can add the value here 3, and here you can increase the more copies. Suppose up to here, yeah, up to here. Suppose, yeah, I'll take 8 copies, and suppose the first one I'm giving some 0 here, so that means nothing is there. And if we play this one, here it is creating 0 to 8. Okay. Now see here, we have offset value. So at offset value, right now it is showing in 0, and this the end point. So end here, the other side I am adding key pose. Suppose here you can increase the positive value, so it is going outside, and otherwise increase the left side, it is going the left side. Okay, so up to here, so almost went out. Now play this one. Suppose here, now see, the circles are moving outside. Okay, so I am deleting the offset value right now. And here, if you observe here, there is a transform repeater is there. Okay, under the repeater, there is a transform repeater. Open that one. Here we have repeaters are there. Okay, transform repeaters. So there is an anchor point. So right now it is at 0 0. Okay, and suppose the position is there, and here suppose add the anchor point value this much, and you can add this to here. Okay, here there is a position. Here it is showing position 100%. The other side, the next key pose. First let us the position value here changing to so 0. The other side, here I am giving 100%. Now play this one. Now see the position added here. 0 to here it is changing position, right? Okay, up to here it is okay. And there is a scale here. This scaleness is 100 showing. I am keeping this 0. In the other side here it is 100. It is 0 and the other side 100 I am adding. Now see the beautiful effects it is creating, right? Repeating that one. And now here there is a rotation value here. On the rotation value right now it is in a 0. In the other side here the rotations, suppose how many rotations you want. Suppose I am giving 10 rotations. Now play this one. See the rotations are adding, right? So control Z I am using here. So here the values are changing accordingly, and suppose there is a start value, the start opacity here. Suppose this is a 0. Here I am using 100. Now play this one. Now from 0 to 100 opacity it is showing. And suppose here we can increase the copies. And here we have an offset value also there. You can increase and decrease the offset value. Yeah, this much, and I will play this one. Now see here it is the beautiful effect it is creating, right? So basically repeater will work repeatedly with the same value so many times. You can add values here. Let us experiment with this one. Yes. It is interesting, right? So beautiful rotations creating, right? And here we can experiment by adding the value. Interesting here. Then this I'll change this to 10. So increase the copies and add the rotation values and offset value. So depends on the values you are changing, basically this will work. Interesting. And if you want, you can change the color. So let us try with the red one. No, on blue, red is not looking good. Let us take this to yellow. Yeah, this is interesting. So this is all about the repeater. We can repeat the values, and even you can use this other tools also here. Instead of the ellipse tool, you can use the rectangle and star tool and other shape layers. According to that, your results will depends.